If there is one thing that is certain in this 2021 World Series, it's that nothing is certain. After Atlanta scored 6 runs on 12 hits in Game 1, it was Houston's turn to go off. They scored 7 on 9 hits to even the series at a game apiece with a 7-2 win Wednesday night. Rookie Jose Siri sparked the Astros with his aggressive base running that wreaked havoc all night long. The career minor leaguer sparked a team whose biggest stars took a while to shine. Jose Altuve, though, doubled early, homered late, scored twice to break out at the plate in a 4-run second inning that helped the Astros snap a 5-game skid at home in the World Series. The series now shifts to the ATL for games 3, 4, and 5. Ian Anderson scheduled to pitch for the Braves against rookie Luis Garcia in Game 3. Garcia pitched no-hit ball into the 6th inning, but during his last start in Game 6 of the ALCS to lead the Astros to the win, Anderson allowed 1 run in 4 innings of a start in Game 6 of the NLCS. As you take a look at the other pitching in this one, of course, we're talking about the bullpen. And for more on the World Series and what we saw last night and a spin ahead moving forward to Atlanta, let's now welcome in CBS Sports baseball analyst, former MLB executive David Samson, also the host of the Nothing Personal podcast with David Samson. David, it has been a wild start to the championship series here. What is the mindset for each team as they get ready for Game 3?
So when you're the road team for the World Series, that means you play the first 2 games on the road, then you get to go home for 3. You're just going and you're trying to get a split. The problem when you're trying to get a split and you win Game 1, you've already secured the split, and now you're going for the mini sweep. And you get a little greedy, much like we did in 2003 when the Marlins beat the Yankees in Game 1 in New York and then lost Game 2, and we were despondent flying back to Florida because we wanted to be up 2-0. Yet Atlanta accomplished exactly what they wanted to accomplish, so their mindset should be positive, but it's actually Houston that's positive because they had a must-win game. You can't lose 2 at home. They go out, they reverse Game 1 almost exactly, winning Game 2 7-2, and now they, in a 1-1 series, go to Atlanta saying, hey, it could have been much worse. So each team depends on how you look at the glass. So it's really important for the managers and for the GMs to get the players focused for the all-important Game 3.
Yeah, momentum, of course, a big thing, and you have to think Houston has it even as they hit the road. Jose Altuve now tied with Bernie Williams for the second most home runs in terms of playoff home runs in Major League history, 22. David, where does Altuve rank for you in terms of great postseason players?
Well, I'm going to have to put him near the top because if you look at this graphic, it took Manny Ramirez 111 games, Bernie Williams 121 games, and Jose Altuve has only played in 75 games. That means that he is showing power. He has to get 7 in the next 36 games to match Manny Ramirez, and I think he'll do it. And I know Jose Altuve. He's my size, Jeremy. This guy's tiny. Of course, he's got Popeye forearms, and he has the ability to hit the ball 450 feet, and I can't do a squibber down the line. But when you think about his postseason legacy, it's not about the buzzer. It's not about the garbage cans. It's about leading his team to a World Series 5 times in a row, getting to the League Championship Series, 3 World Series in 5 years, and what could be 2 championships in 5 years. You're talking about one of the all-time greats, Jeremy.
Walk tall and carry a big stick. That's Jose Altuve. David, roster turnover, always a worrisome thing for a championship contender, but for the Astros, they survived the loss of Ace Garrett Cole and Pillar George Springer, both of whom are watching the World Series with their respective teams rather than playing in it with the Astros. Is Carlos Correa the next man to go here, David?
So he's the most intriguing free agent in an amazing free agent class of shortstops, from Trevor Story to Corey Seager to Carlos Correa. Who wouldn't want Carlos Correa on your team? He has the ability to hit in the middle of the order, the top of the order. He plays incredible defense, Gold Glove caliber defense. The question is, who's going to pay the price tag? Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, set the price of shortstops with Francisco Lindor at $300+ million. The Padres said Tatis Jr., $300+ million. Is someone going to pay Correa $300+? Could the Yankees get a third $300 million contract? Will the Astros say we don't want to lose you? Well, I'm thinking the Astros will have no choice but to let him go because they've got people getting paid, people moving up in the pay scale as they get more experienced. And the Astros see that they lost Cole. They lost Springer. And guess what? They're in the World Series not watching it. But Correa will get paid, and he's going to have to drum up a bit of a bidding war because with collective bargaining and with the potential free agent freezing We may not know where he's going to be, but he'll be somewhere, Jeremy. I promise you that.
And he'll be in Game 3 on Friday night. Let's talk about that. Ian Anderson up against rookie Luis Garcia. How important is a Game 3 win here, David? Or given how the series has gone so far, is it not that important at all?
Well, I'm looking at this as Game 1, and you're not going to hear this anywhere else except on the Q. But we are in Game 1 of a 3 out of 5 series. Atlanta gets to host 3, then to Houston for 2. It's 3 games to a ring. It's like the division series. And in a Game 5, in a 5-game series, what's the most important game? Game 1. So this Game 3, which I'm pretending is Game 1, is critical to both teams. For Atlanta, they've got one starter left, Anderson. That's it, because Fried pitched yesterday, and Fried has been not pitching like an ace his last 2 starts. They lost Morton to a broken fibula, and after that, it's me, you, and Brandon. That's it. So they've got to figure out how to get through Game 4 and 5, so you better win Game 3. On the other side, you've got a rookie in Luis Garcia, who you are hoping does not have nerves the way Framber Valdez did. You're hoping he can do what he did in Game 6 of the LCS, but you're worried that he won't be able to. And you're then thinking, well, we have Zach Greinke in Game 4, maybe a bullpen, but we actually do have 3 starters we can go to in Valdez and Urquidy and now Garcia. So they have an advantage over the Braves, which makes this game so important to Atlanta.
First pitch Friday night, 8:09 p.m. Eastern Time. The Tomahawk Chop has been a fixture of Atlanta baseball for decades now. Commissioner Rob Manfred said this week that indigenous groups in Georgia support the fans doing it, but it turns out they actually don't. So, David, what do the Braves or the league do here?
So I think you punt right now because you're in the World Series. You don't want to take the focus away. I can tell you my experience with the Chop is it gives me nightmares. I hear it in my sleep. I was in the National League East for 18 years, and when you hear that Chop, you know that you're losing, and boy, did we do a lot of losing in Atlanta. But in terms of the in-game entertainment decisions, Major League Baseball runs in-game entertainment during the postseason, during the World Series. So they're not going to play music that encourages it. But if the fans start doing it, and that's how it goes, they're not going to stop it, but you're certainly not going to promote it. Then as the offseason comes and we enter into next season, the Braves will have to make a decision what position they want to take, anywhere from not allowed to neutral to we encourage it. And there's such sensitivity around the issue that right now it would lean toward not allow, but maybe just be neutral, but certainly not encourage. But during the World Series, Rob Manfred had to talk about it, and he talked about regionalization and other topics. But the true fact about this situation is it's so complicated and so sensitive that teams have to figure out the right thing to do and actually do it.
And we'll see what the fans figure out in terms of the right thing to do for Game 3 on Friday night. David, as always, great to see you. Great to have you part of the queue. Thank you very much. For more from David, be sure to check out his podcast, Nothing Personal with David Samson. The latest edition has David discussing the Cleveland Guardians situation, the baseball team and the roller derby team, as it turns out. He's also wondering what is going on with the Mets general manager search. Check out Nothing Personal with David Samson wherever you get your podcast audio.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.